This is the beginning of my last video segment, news segment that I'm going to put on Democratic, I'm sorry I changed the name, Progressive Democratic Party Headquarters News. So what they're doing to me, throwing me in jail for 3 months. Conservatives are throwing me in jail for 3 months because they heard me say they're assholes. So that's basically what I said if you take everything that is in the following paragraphs. So, or you could call it the wacky, fucked up, conservative controlled Lexington, Kentucky criminal justice system. So, you know, I never agreed with the conspiracy theorists, the FEMA camps, you know, people who believe that there are FEMA camps. These, what basically would look like what you think of as a World War II Nazi prisoner of war camp. But in retrospect, I do believe in it because of what I'm about to tell you here. So what it comes down to is, and this is in their words, because they're using my words to throw me in jail for 3 months, is they're putting me in jail for 3 months because they make me so angry it makes me want to kill one of them or blow one of them up, and that's just how they make me feel. I'm just describing some of the thoughts that go through my head. I mean, when they do these things to me, I often, very often, I always just think, how could I kill one of these motherfuckers? I mean, it just goes through your head. It's a natural, you know, you want to, you know what it is? It's your way of trying to think of how could I get rid of these people, right? How could I eliminate them from my life? I mean, this is my life. I get up every morning and wake up into this life every day. I'm not saying I have no choice. Obviously I do, because I don't commit suicide. And I don't believe in suicide. I believe that's the chicken way out. So, you know, when somebody is an asshole to you, somebody is mean to you, somebody hurts you physically, attacks you mentally, is unfair to you, unjust, then it's just human to try and think of a way of how do I get rid of these people? How do I get them out of my life? You know, they just, and I'll tell you, since I was a young child, of course, as a little kid, even more so, you think, how can I get rid of these people? How can I stop them from doing what they're doing? And that's basically what the thought process is that leads you to, I mean, logically, the only way for you to get rid of them completely would be, well, to round them all up and put them in FEMA camps. No, seriously though, or kill them, but, you know, like I said, you know, that's just you know, what they're basically saying is, I'm not allowed and you're not allowed to go through that thought process that is only just a part of our brain. Doesn't mean we're going to do anything. It just means that we're looking at the possibilities. And yeah, blowing them up and killing them is one of those possibilities. And yes, every time it's just a computer, right, that runs in your head. It's running through the possibilities. And by the way, those possibilities, for me, blowing them up or killing them or strangling them, I mean, I could sit here and come up with 3 billion ways, right, those by a sane person. Well, not necessarily even a sane person, but for me, okay, are immediately rejected. But they're just a list of possible ways of getting rid of them, of these people, of stopping them from doing the bad things that they're doing. Now, I'm going to tell you, and this is key, why I immediately reject them. Because they're not done. I mean, people kill people. People blow people up. The state, the conservatives, have legalized killing people for, the death penalty. It's legal. So what I'm talking about isn't illegal. It's just that there's a certain group of people who are powerful and they've made it legal for them to do it, but illegal for anybody else to do it. Okay, I know this is complicated, I know this is scary, but bear with me, right? So, the reason that I immediately reject the idea of killing one of them or blowing one of them up or putting them in a prison camp, well, I don't immediately reject that. They should be punished for their crimes. So if they've done something like what they're doing to me right now, they should be sent to jail for years. That would be my verdict for them, for what they've done to me. So everybody that is involved, even my own attorney, I mean, he never admitted to me that he knew it was rigged from the beginning, and we'll get into my trial and exactly what they've done to me and why and how and everything. But right now I want to tell you what I'm telling you, and that's why I don't believe in killing or blowing one of them up, which is what I said. And you'll find all that out as I go through this video, if you have the heart to sit and listen to this. If you don't immediately say, hey, wait a minute, I'm not interested, this is stupid. That's up to you, but let me tell you something about what I'm about to tell you, is I think that it's prophecy. I think that God was speaking that day. I was just babbling off my thoughts, but I think that it really is prophecy. And I wouldn't be surprised if all of it happens. Wouldn't be surprised a bit. I wouldn't be surprised a bit if the American people finally, and I wouldn't be surprised a bit if they rise up because of this exact thing. These local, conservative, controlled police state, thugs. They have a perfect right to. I see even a lot of the people on my side as not realizing that they're part of a system that, from everything from how people are treated in schools, even public schools, by their other conservative elements. I mean, think about Columbine. Why did those two guys decide they wanted to just kill everybody and blow people up? There you go. I mean, we call them crazy and nuts. But you know what they were angry about? There was a group of people in their schools school called the White Hats. And the White Hats were oppressing everybody in the school. They were saying, we run the school, and we are Jesus Christ Christians, which they're not. And we're going to tell everybody that, you know, bow down to us. As a matter of fact, this is a good place to point out that somebody sent me this just this morning, Ted Pittman. So if the Bible says we should help the poor, welcome the foreigner, heal the sick, respect others, not lie, not commit adultery, and not steal, then why do we support Donald Trump? And, you know, I don't have anything against Donald Trump personally. I just think he's a douchebag, and the people who voted for him are the silliest people in all history. And then the guy says, oh, Billy, we don't actually practice these things. We only preach them. And that's really what it is. I mean, there is most definitely this double standard. Do what I say, not what I do. As for whether Donald Trump is a bad guy, whether he's a guy who can't control his penis or what have you, I couldn't tell you. You know, I didn't follow him around all his life, watching him what he did, but I would very easily believe that he's a bad person. I would very easily believe that he has committed rape or anything like that, and other crimes, had people killed, had people, I mean, people think I'm angry? Come on, man, look at that guy. Look at Trump. What an angry motherfucker he is. And by the way, as far as dirty words, it really makes people like sick to hear other people say motherfucker or well, the word fuck, I'll use that as my example, but get over it. Get over it. It's not it's just a word. All it means when I'm saying it is like very. It means like very, very, very. So if I say that's fucked up, I'm saying that's very, very bad or very, very, and it's a way of expressing your anger again. Something that I'm being thrown in jail for 3 months for. So let's get back to this, because I want to end this segment, which is just an opening. This is going to be the opening segment for this, well, it'll be a series of videos that are one big video, but they'll be in my news here at Progressive Democratic Party headquarters, and they'll be so in the announcements. If you come to Progressive Democratic Party headquarters news on Facebook and you join up, and even if you don't join up, you can see these. The announcement is my news. Okay, so if you join, you can click on this and it will take you to YouTube, where I have a playlist. So on YouTube, it has a playlist, and this is the opening to my, and this is for, it should be, okay, so today I'll be putting out 11/11, and it'll replace this one, and this will say 11/11/2018, which is today is Sunday. And so this is a YouTube playlist. So also you can go to YouTube and you can try and look for Progressive Democratic Party headquarters, news, intro. You can try and look for, this is the old name, but because people are put off by the Democratic Party so bad, nobody was interested in looking at it. So I changed the actual name of the group to Progressive Democratic to Progressive. You see. So when you click on this one, it'll take you to this video. So if you don't understand how you got to this video, it's on YouTube. It's a playlist. This is a playlist. It has all the, so this one has, this is my news. So like this is the opening. And of course all these videos in my news playlist are all individually on. So they're all individual videos on YouTube. But they're part of it. I'm just explaining this. Sorry to all the other people who are like getting bored now and going, what's he talking about now? I'm explaining this to the people who don't understand how YouTube and Facebook work, or Facebook work. So it's going to be a playlist, and the videos in the playlist. So it's a list of videos here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's like 150 of them right now, and there'll be more because I'm uploading all my old segments and shows from Democratic Party headquarters news. So I'll just explain real quick, and I'm sorry please for the rest of you who are interested in my case and how I'm being treated by the conservatives in this country. Just hold on for a second and I'll get back to that. But I just want to explain to these people. So, you know, you get, if you can get to this Progressive Democratic Party headquarters news intro, well, news, that's what and the date, which it'll well, it won't change after I go to jail, because that'll be the last time that I can change it, I think. I doubt they're going to let me do my news show from jail. I mean, it's entirely possible that that's why they're throwing me in jail. They don't like this news show I'm doing, because I do. I think you'll find out that this news show is really, really cool. I mean, I'm doing it all for one reason, and that is because I love this world. I even love, I mean, my definition of love, I love all the bad people. As a matter of fact, I think they need our help more than anybody. Conservatives need our help. I mean, they are way, way, way off the path. And I'm a Taoist, by the way. I do believe in the path. As long as it's Sunday here, let's just throw this into. I'm religiously, I have my own religion, and I even have my own church here on Facebook. Well, I don't know how I did that, because I didn't do it. Sometimes computers can act wacky. So let's find my church on Facebook. You might be interested in that. It's hard to find anything on Facebook, huh? Through the search engine. So I have to type in the exact name, the house of Jesus, because I do believe in Jesus the person. You know, I do believe in Not in the mythological, crazy, wacky, he was a wizard and he was God on earth and all that kind of stuff. Although we're all God on earth when we speak the truth and when we do justice and all these things. We are. We all are. And maybe if he led his whole life that way. They say he had, in the Bible, they say he had a moment of doubt, right? Because he's human. Well, you know, that's maybe he didn't do that. I mean, really, was his moment of doubt really a moment of doubt? Because all he did was ask who he believes God is. Why these people are the way they are. That's not really a moment of doubt in my book. Anyway, I'm not particularly religious, but I'm extremely religious. And take that as it may. I believe all things are a dichotomy. Everything about this world, negative, positive. Matter of fact, maybe there's no way to get rid of the conservatives. Maybe there's no way in a negative, positive world. Maybe that's just the way it is, and there's nothing you can do about it. But that doesn't mean that we stop trying, right? Trying to get them to see the truth. So, I'm going to finish this off here. I think what I've had to say is pretty perfect so far. I know it gets off into some strange places, but I want you to understand how you got here. If you're here, if you're listening to me, you're obviously here, and you're in this playlist, or you're in this video on YouTube watching me, because I don't post them to Facebook. This video is not a Facebook video. This is a YouTube video. And I will probably try and post them other places, because that's what other people do, and I think it's probably for a reason. But, so the wacky, fucked up, conservative, controlled Lexington, Kentucky criminal justice system, or conservatives are throwing me in jail for 3 months because they heard me say they're assholes. So what it comes down to is, and this is in their words, they're putting me in jail for 3 months because they make me so angry. It makes me want to kill one of them, or blow one of them up. The way they make me feel because of the things they do to me. And because I think doing bad things to me and other people is a war upon the people, and will sooner or later make them rise up in a bloody revolution. And I don't know how much I believe that. I think that these conservatives, by all means, have control of everything and are likely to just push people up to the edge without pushing them over. So I don't know how sure I am about that part, that will make them rise up in bloody revolution. Maybe. I certainly don't want that to happen, and I certainly don't advocate that in any way. I mean, yeah, if you have to defend yourself, you have to defend yourself, you know. But other than that, I really don't see taking this that far. My belief is that, and when I talk about war, a lot of times I'm not talking about a shooting war. I mean, there's all kinds of wars, right? There's the war on poverty. In this case, in my case, where I'm going to be talking about in these videos, I was talking about a war on the poor. It's kind of the opposite of the war on poverty, which doesn't exist. You know, it only existed in the minds of people like John F. Kennedy and others who were devout Catholics, and that's where they get their, you know, well, that goes right to this, right? I mean, I guess it's just lucky that he sent me this. I don't know, I saw it just before I started making this. But yeah, these Christians, they have a war on the poor. As a matter of fact, charity is part of the war on poor. You know, to really perpetuate poverty and suffering and despair, and yet at the same time claim that you're against it and claim that you work to end it. When how long are you going to work on it, buddy? You know, how long? We're all waiting for the cure. We're dying here. We're hungry. We're you know, we don't have an Xbox yet. Whatever, you know, frame it any way you want, it doesn't really matter, right? The real point is that it's happening. It's a war on the poor. So that's what I'm talking about in the evidence that was used against me. I'm not talking about, at that point, I'm not talking about rising up. When I talk about rising up, the people rising up in a civil war, I'm talking about me. I'm talking about, and you'll hear this video, I'll show you the video from my car cam, which I was talking to my car cam, and I had no idea they were listening to me. They were listening to me over my phone. I was put on hold, but for some reason they could hear me. I know, it's 1984, people. You know, it's not 2018, it's 1984. Good luck with that. So, when I talk about whether I would participate in a bloody revolution, basically what I'm saying is I wouldn't throw my life away. And I would, and I don't support a revolution unless you people know you can win. You understand? And I don't support it at all because I think we can win without any kind of revolution. I think we can just win at the ballot box. All we have to do is get a bunch of idiots who don't understand what's going on to understand what's going on. So, you know, I believe there's lots of alternatives, and again, as I said in the beginning of this video, what you're listening to when you see my video of me driving down New Circle Road in Lexington, Kentucky, talking to my car cam, is very much stream of thought, just what's coming out of my head. Pure honesty. And
I'll put that up on YouTube and tell everybody he's feeling sorry for himself. Yeah. That's the guy right there. He's feeling sorry for himself.
And as a result, you know, you're seeing or hearing me say stuff just right off the top of my head. Something nobody should ever be thrown in jail. You know, if somebody expresses the most horrific, scary thoughts in the world, you know, if they have never done anything. I mean, I've never hurt anybody. Yeah, I've had to defend myself a couple of times. Some guy attacked me when I was carrying like 200 or 300, like 200, no, not that much. He was a big bass guitar amp. So it weighed like 100 pounds, and I'm carrying it down the stairs, and this guy pushed me, tried to push me with it. So yeah, there's times when I've had to defend myself. And then he attacked me. You know, and I even said to him, man, don't do this. But, you know, he attacked me, and he was a pretty big guy, and he was strong, and I fucked him up, man. You know, I'm sorry. That's what happens sometimes. You know, sometimes the bear gets you, sometimes you get the bear. I say avoid the bear altogether. I say don't get into a bloody revolution. I even say it in the video. They don't care. The people are putting me in jail. They don't care that I said, you know, that. I mean, that's how crazy this is. So, you know, I say that I won't throw my life away, and I won't. I won't throw my life away on some losing battle, because I want to be around when we win. And we will win. And I say that. So anyway, everything about this video that comes String of Thought is very consistent, really. And the only reason they're throwing me in jail, these conservatives, basically a bunch of hillbillies. Oh, they're all polished up, they've got lots of money, so they're not like poor hillbillies. They're the new class of hillbillies. They're rich, and so that's about as close as I can come to understanding my prison sentence and other possible punishments, because I'm thinking, you know, just like everybody, we hear a lot of bad things about jail, that you're not actually just being, because if they just put me, you know, in confinement, whatever that is, for 3 months, I can do that standing on my head. I mean, that's, and if they think that they're gonna change the way I think by doing that, but no, you know, you have to wonder what else is there about this imprisonment thing, right? It could be a lot worse. And for a lot of people it is a lot worse, and I will show you or add in other videos that are on the internet. There'll be a lot of videos, and I will retry my case in this this story that I'm doing. This is just the, remember, I'm just right now, I'm just opening. This is just the opening, and I will add lots of videos about prisons and about how it's, for at least some people, and I think for a lot of people, it's a lot more than just being thrown in jail, okay? So, sentence and possible punishments handed to me by Chris White and the Lexington Police Department, the county attorneys, the judge, and the jury. And yes, absolutely, you are what you do, you people on the jury. And I hope you get to see this video. You people on the jury who made the awesome decision to throw a guy in jail simply because I said what I said to my car cam when I was driving down New Circle Road. I mean, you conservatives, you're crazy. You're fucking crazy, man. They suggested in their verdict that I need psychiatric treatment. You're the ones who need psychiatric treatment, and I don't think that's how you spell jury. I'll have to fix that. It's a good way to spell it, but what am I missing there? Anyway, when I throw it in spell checker, it'll correct that kind of thing. So basically, they're throwing me in jail for 3 months. because, and suggesting that I have psychiatric treatment. You dumb fucks. What a bunch of dumb fucks. Because they heard me say they're assholes. And that's it. You know, you'll hear the whole thing, but they stack the jury with, it's basically, I was being judged by 6, maybe not every single one of them, but by 6 Fox News conservatives. And any of them that weren't Fox News conservatives were definitely swayed by this one very beautiful woman who somehow made herself the jury foreman and coerced everybody, no matter how. I mean, obviously somebody didn't like her verdict because they insisted on coming back out and listening to what I had to say again. And by the way, I was stupid. Even though I made myself co-counsel, I never showed our video. And my lawyer never showed our video. And you'll get to see our video. You'll get to hear their other evidence was calls I made to Chris, I think I did make them, but they were in response to messages he'd left on my machine. So you'll get to hear all that. So that's it, you know. This is my opening segment. And y'all have a nice day. I'm sorry I've become a bit of a hillbilly myself, living here for 24, 25 years. Even got a little bit of an accent. And, you know, I hope you have a nice Sunday.